I wanted to go through every Eastern Conference team in this version of it, go through their win totals, their over under, and pick which side I would be on. And the Raptors is one that's been tempting to me in one direction, and we will get to that. Let's jump into this. This channel right here is Amateur Hour Clips, part of the Amateur Hour Production Network, where it continues to be all Raptors all the time. On this channel, we take the best segments from the live streams that we do over on the main channel, Amateur Hour Sports, and clip it into some bite-sized segments for you to enjoy. So, if you do enjoy along the way, make sure you do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel as well to stay up to date on all the content we have coming your way. Starting with, we're just going to go in order based on, we're just going to go in order based on top to bottom that's listed here. We're using Bet99 to source our odds for this one here. Sign up to the Bet99 Sportsbook with the affiliate link that is in the description. If you're going to be betting on sports, NFL's starting, NBA's about to start, NHL's about to start. If you're betting on sports anyways, first of all, please do so responsibly. Second of all, if you're going to be betting on sports anyways, you may as well sign up through the affiliate link for Amateur Sports. You're going to do the betting you're going to do anyways, and you can support the show in the process. Plus, I would really appreciate it. But we're going to be using Bet99's odds here to find the win totals for Eastern Conference teams just in the order that we have here. I'm going to decide if I want to do the over or the under, and I'll give a little bit of a spiel as to why I think that is the case. First up on the list, just by chance, it is the New York Knicks. Their regular season. You know what I should do as well? I'll try to guess what it's going to be before I click on it. I promise I didn't look beforehand. 52.5. First reaction to that is that feels like, I'm going to pull up last season's standings to kind of help gauge this, but that feels like a touch high. The East is going to get a lot stronger. I guess the Knicks have gotten a lot stronger as well, but even so, they had a great year last year and finished with 50 wins. So for me, I think I got to say under here. And interestingly, the under is it's juiced to the over very slightly here, minus 120 on the over, plus 100 on the under. If I had to make a bet here, I'd be betting the under, but I think they're going to be pretty damn close to 52.5. I'll say they win about 51, 52, and therefore I take the under. Philadelphia 76ers, surely they got to be ranked higher than the Knicks. I feel like 53.5, that's pretty high. I'd take the under. They probably will be a little bit lower. Let's go with 50.5 for the 76ers. They're 51.5. Okay. So based on where I had them there, 51, I said 50.5. You'd have to think maybe go with the under. Again, slightly juiced towards the over here for the 76ers. Their record won't be super indicative from last season to this season as far as how good they're going to be. But that does feel... It feels like a lot would have to go right for the 76ers to win 51.5 plus games. That's just a lot of wins. Like, if Embiid gets injured, are they going to be able to sustain that as well as they did? Are they going to be able to sustain that? Because they did very poorly at that last season. Again, I'm leaning a little bit towards the under on this one for the 76ers on their win total. Milwaukee Bucks, what would theirs be? 46.5, I'm going to guess. Oh, they're that high. Oh, wow. They're in the 50s. I'm taking the under. Not even really going to think about this one. Plus 105 on the under, too. That's three teams now. 52, 51, 51.5. Sorry, 52.5, 51.5, 51.5. We haven't even gotten to the Celtics yet. That's four teams that have to win 53-plus games. The Celtics are going to be like 57.5 on this thing. That's four teams that now need to win 53-plus games. Like last year, only two teams even got to 50. Like, there's a lot of parity in this league. That is a lot for the Bucks. They did win 49 last year, to be fair. So maybe I undersold them at 46. But to me, yeah, that's too high, man. I don't feel like the Bucks are going upwards right now. I don't like Doc Rivers as a head coach. I think Dame is slowly regressing. Brook Lopez has regressed a lot. Chris Middleton has regressed a lot. So for me, yeah, the Bucks are a sure thing. Not a sure thing, but I'm actually going to probably, after the stream, play this under on the Milwaukee Bucks because I think that's just incorrectly priced. Orlando Magic, I didn't guess. 47 half. If we're really going high here, that's high. Like the Magic last season in a miraculously good season. They were not expected to be this good. They won 47. And especially like if we're saying here all these other teams are winning 50 plus, like that's just a lot of wins. I guess the bottom of the East, like Brooklyn is and Washington, Detroit are free wins for a lot of teams. That's still a lot. I'd be happy to play the under there. Not as much as I'm happy on the Bucks, but I'm gonna have to go under there. I know they're developing, but that's just a lot of wins for them. Go down to the Indiana Pacers. They'll probably be about 45 and a half, I'd guess. They're 46 and a half. I almost said that. 46 and a half. Again, it just feels like we are on the higher side here. Not everyone can be under, but I said, you know what? I guess 45 and a half. This is close. I don't like either side to actually bet for this one, but minus 105 for under 46 and a half. I'd probably go that direction. Okay, I'm gonna have to start coming up with some overs soon. Miami should be about 43 and a half. They're 44 and a half. Okay. Based on, how I'm spreading out the wins in this, I know I just said 43 and a half. If I had to choose, I'm getting minus 105. I said 43 and a half. I feel like a lot can go wrong for the Heat this season. They're a pretty thin roster. They are a pretty thin roster. I'd slightly lean under on 44 and a half, but that's a pretty good line in my opinion. Charlotte, I'll say 27 and a half wins. 29 and a half. Where are all these wins coming from? 29 and a half. Like, that's a lot. There's no way I'm playing the over on Charlotte at that. That is a lot. Seriously. That's where are these wins coming from? I'm like shorting all of these and I feel like all of these are way too high. This is insanity. I'm definitely playing the under on Charlotte there. At plus 105 as well. You're getting plus money. I would definitely play that. I'm going to have to do some investigating after stream on some of these, man. Brooklyn should be about 23 and a half. Okay, so in my mind, there's no way to prove this. I was going to say 19 and a half for Brooklyn because but just the way this has been going, okay, I'll compensate and say too much. I was going to say about 19 and a half. Okay, I'd play the over there. There's enough to say they can win. That is a very small amount of games. There's enough to say they can win that much. I think they can win 21 plus. So I'd play the over for the Brooklyn Nets. Not one I'd actually make though. Not one I'd actually make. Okay. Oh geez. Is that all? Okay. Here we go. We got more here. Boston's going to be like 58 and a half. Oh, got it. Bang on. If I had to bet one way, I'll play the over on Boston. That team's too good. I hate to say it. That team is just too good on that. Let's invest. What's the chat saying about all this? About this. East is a lot of parity. I agree. There's a ton of parity in the East. But Tyler Hero's the worst starting backcourt in the NBA. Not sure I'd say worse, but yeah, I'm not super confident in that. 19 and a half is low, guys. I think they're capable of losing that many games and only winning 19, but if I had to bet one way, I would back them to win, a little bit more than that, if you know what I'm saying. Let's move on to, after the Celtics, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm going to tell you right now, whatever number I come up with, I probably will take the under for Cleveland. How much we gassing up Cleveland? Okay, I'll give them, they probably have it 47 and a half. 48 and a half. I'll play the under comfortably. Under 48 and a half, minus 105. I see them as a 45-ish win team. So 45, 46 wins. So I'd play the under there. I haven't felt as strongly about any of the teams on this list as I do the Milwaukee Bucks. So we'll see there. It was the Bucks. I felt like really confident about the Bucks. The Hornets as well were really high. Magic, maybe I could see it, but the Hornets, the Bucks are definitely ones I'm going to look at after the stream and see if I can find a banger price. Moving down to the Raptors. Here we are, the Toronto Raptors. I feel like whatever number is on here. So now I think the good teams have been really high on this for wins, and the bad teams, seemingly other than Charlotte, are really low. I feel like the Raptors are going to be pegged around, let's say 29.5, 30.5. That's tough. That's tough. 30.5. I think the Raptors are more than good enough to win 31 games or more. It'll just be if they tank or not. If they choose to tank, they can plummet under this. 30.5. Juiced heavily to the over, which will affect my decision here. I think this is a pretty sharp price. If I had to pick a side on this one, I wouldn't bet this. If I had to pick a side, I would go over and back my team. I think they're good enough to win that many games, but that's a sharp number. I wouldn't bet that personally, but hey, do what you want with your money. Washington Wizards, I'm going to guess they're at 21.5. Bang on 21.5. They suck, don't they? Man, they suck. They never learn to tank, though. They never really tank. I'll play over. I'll play over on the Wizards. Yeah, give me the over on the Wizards. Pistons, let's go 26.5. 25.5. Okay. I'll give them my over. I won't bet it. I'll give them my over. Is that it? We got the Bulls as well. Final team, I believe. Chicago Bulls. I saw it. 27.5. They're good enough to win more than 27.5 games. They are good enough. Oh, are they? Are they? What's the Chicago Bulls starting five? Levine is still there. I don't know if he'll be playing, but I don't like Giddey. But I feel like Giddey in a bigger role can at least do a bit better. Giddey, Kobe White, Zach James, Patrick, Nikola Vucevic. That's better than that's got to be above 27.5. I won't play that, but I like over 27.5 there. I actually might play, no confirmation on this, I actually might play the under on the Bucks and the under on the Hornets. The egregious prices there. Egregious price there. Especially for bad teams with Cooper Flag potentially on the cards. Teams are going to be tanking. Well, so there you have it. For the bad teams, I feel like I've gone over on a lot. And for the good teams, I feel like I've gone under a lot. But I'm just betting on parity here with a lot of these decisions. So we'll see how this plays out. Let me know if I'm right or wrong on any of these.